it might be in your
Type.
subscription list, honestly.
Oh yeah. Under. Bro, I didn't know you could just go live on YouTube with an account.
Yeah, it says I'm
Well,
live right
with like
now.
a small account.
Let's see what it looks like.
How do I go to?
Honestly.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we got it going. We got it going. So we're online in Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch right now. I did Twitter just because I thought it would be funny to do. So no one ever goes live on
Holy
Twitter.
crap! Yeah, there it is.
We're everywhere. We're taking over. All right, I'm gonna test out the chat stuff.
All right, I'm gonna start acting like a decent human being since I know people could be watching.
You're gonna have to mute your phone because we
Dude,
can hear that.
no, yeah, I know. I'm about to shut it up. I just needed it for the chat. But dude, I love that you got the Is that the chat?
Yeah, that's the chat. Isn't that cool?
And the dude, how'd you do that?
Dude, I'm a tech wizard.
All right. The only thing that I want you to add is black borders instead of those green and yellow.
Oh yeah, okay, we can do that.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And maybe make it because you see how the dumb thick is so like the black is so thick there.
Yeah, make it
I
around the
think it
same.
was
I can do that. I can't do that
yeah.
now. I'll have to wait till.
No problem. It doesn't look bad now, and
I've been wanting to change that up a little bit, anyways. So.
Yeah, I think that would look a lot better, make things look more distinct, etc.
All right, well,
Dude, this is awesome. I'm watching myself. Okay,
so
anyways.
basically,
So we can.
this is so we're
How do
gonna.
I?
This will be
How do I save
saved.
the comments?
It'll just show up on the screen. That's why I put them on there for you. Yeah.
Because of our thousands of
But
viewers.
I'll get them a little bit sooner, I think, because of the delay. But so just to fill in anybody, we're gonna post this onto our YouTube channel, like as a video once we're done. But we were just kind of wanting to play around with live stream stuff, and we're using this thing called Restream to stream in a bunch of different places. Because that's something that I've been interested in a while. It's just like streaming stuff in different ways. And I figured, why not throw it in all different places? So if you're watching, comment, and it should show. Even though I don't have Twitter or Twitch or YouTube pulled up, it should just pop up, and it'll pop up on the screen like right there. So we're doing all kinds of fun stuff. We're just wanting a little short catch-up session. Grayson, what's up? How's it going?
Eat some fruit snacks.
You eating some fruit snacks? Dude.
I saw them sitting there, and they look good, and so I started snacking.
Tell is not here. He's hanging out with some friends, and this was just kind of a last minute like test stream kind of thing. So
this was literally like this was planned 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, and it's gonna be short.
Basically,
I don't think it's not gonna be a long thing. So just vibe with us for a little bit. You want me to tell you about my day yesterday? Because it was kind of crazy.
Yeah. I'd love to. I'd love to hear about your day yesterday.
My friends came. Abby and Leah, you know them. I talk about them a lot on the podcast and stuff.
I saw some Snapchats of them.
Yeah. So
that you had sent.
They came and visited, and they had off work. Abby had a whole week off, and Leah didn't have to work on Monday, so they were there. And I live in Knoxville, so we're super close to a lot of fun stuff. So we went out and had a good breakfast, and then best part of the day, in my opinion, we went and rode a helicopter. It was amazing. Have you ever done that? It's wild.
Never rode one, but I would love to. Absolutely love to.
It was so much fun. It was because obviously, like, have you ridden a plane before? I'm assuming you've never ridden on a plane.
Before.
Oh wow!
I've been on a big boat before. Been on a cruise, but
yeah. Well, the feeling
never flown.
I haven't flown much, but the feeling of flying on a plane and a helicopter was amazingly different, and it was kind of trippy. Whenever he would make a turn, like he had to make a 180 turn basically at one point. And instead of like a plane making a really big turn where you can't even feel it turning, the helicopter is like a boom, like you're like at a diagonal turning, you know what I mean? Like your whole body.
Yeah.
So it's kind of scary a little bit, but it was so much fun. And then
that's something I would love to do.
And it was such an impulse thing. We were like looking for things to do, and that's like a big selling point because obviously there's a lot of cool stuff to look at. And then we went and we took a bunch of old timey pictures. I might actually be able to show you guys. Have you ever seen those old like antique photos? Like they take at places like Gatlinburg. Here, I'll show you.
Oh yeah.
I'll show you some of mine. I think I should be able to. It's not super good quality, but so we took like a bunch of old photos like that. I can't really get it to focus, but
no, I see what you're talking about though.
But we did that, and we did all kinds of fun stuff. There's like really good ones of me, like that with the barrel of a gun down it. That's so crazy. Look at that,
dude. That's awesome. You're gonna have to send us those.
Yeah, they're funny.
Start memifying them.
Dude, I thought about sending them a bunch yesterday, but I knew that was gonna happen, so I was like, well, I don't know.
Or just maybe not even no memes. We'll just roast you.
Yeah, well, that's usually what it is.
Sure.
But anyways, it was wild. Then we did like putt-putt. And, putt-putt is the same everywhere, but it was just a fun time. So
yeah,
I won until I lost. I made a bet saying, you know how they have those at a mini golf place, they have hole-in-ones at the end of the round, and so if you get a hole-in-one, you get a free game.
Yeah.
Well, I was winning by a good amount. And I was like, well, if somebody makes a hole-in-one and gets a free game, then they win. They win the whole thing. Because I would get to keep the free pass because I'm the one that lives here, So we made that bet, and then Leah made a hole-in-one. So I worked so hard to win, and then I lost. But I didn't really lose, but, I lost. So what can you do? But
what can you do?
It was fun. It was a good time. I have no complaints. What have you been up to? You got finals and stuff. I have some stuff, but not near as much as what I imagine you have.
Yeah, I had I have my last exam before finals was today. Let's see, what's today? Gosh, I've been up for so long.
Yeah, how many hours did you say
Tuesday.
You were up? How many hours?
Today is Tuesday. I'm normally testing on Thursdays, but we had a test Tuesday. So I was up all day Monday. Stayed up all night through the night into this morning, and I went and met with a friend on campus to study like an hour before my first class. Yeah. And then we had a little break between the first class and the test, and so we studied then, and then I had the test, and then right after that, we went and got another snack, and then went to our final class for the day, and then I came home, and I'm still up somehow. I did have lots of coffee, like about 4 a.m. last night. I was like, I've got to have like something, so I made a pot of coffee and went through it, and then. Got coffee at school, and I haven't even been drinking coffee that much lately.
Why aren't you going to bed now?
Huh?
You're the one that texted and was like, "Let's do a podcast." How are you not like, "Let's go to bed"?
I don't know. Well, I don't have anything to do tomorrow, and for some reason, I'm just like, I think it's because of all the coffee I drank, honestly, today. Because I'm normally like a winter coffee drinker, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just now getting cold enough to where, but since I haven't been drinking coffee, in a while, I guess since the caffeine is just affecting me a little more. I know. So
when you're off of it, it hits you hard. Like,
yep.
I know that for sure. Like, I
That's
stay away from caffeine as much as possible with my heart stuff. So when I do have caffeine, it's like, ooh,
Yeah. I have to space it out. Like the way I spaced out the coffee today, I didn't have any like heart. Sometimes it'll. No, I don't have palpitations, but it will. I'll feel it in my chest getting faster.
Yeah.
Just because it's a stimulant, but yeah. The life of a nursing student. I hope I made a good grade on the test, but we'll see.
Yeah,
and then I have.
How many finals do you have to take?
3. So I have a final.
Is that one is already done, right?
No. This was my last just like
Test.
exam.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I guess a test. Yeah, and then my finals are, let's see, Thursday I think, and then Monday and Tuesday.
So we're doing our finals really weird. So I'm in a conducting class, and that final you have to do in person because it's conducting, right? So I'm doing my final in that this Friday, but that's easy. It's just me waving, back and forth. So
Yeah.
we have that, but then we have to take a history final, music history, and first of all, hate music history, bad at it, but we have to do that final. But it's on December 3rd, and we're done with classes on November 24th. So that's gonna be just a whole lot to go and be away from school for a week and a half, and just having to be strict enough on yourself to force yourself to study, basically.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That sounds exhausting, but hopefully we can figure it out. And yeah, that's what I have to deal with. I want to run this by you, Grayson, because me and Tel were brainstorming this. I don't know what we were doing. We were just on Discord. Maybe after recording the last podcast, we were brainstorming stuff. But
Uh,
so the debate podcast, we really liked doing it, but we need to figure out a way that works better and isn't super long, right? So one of the reasons why I'm interested in doing this live stream stuff, and also just, wanting to explore that stuff, we figured out a good way to do it. So obviously we need to really have two people do it at a time, because the three people made it a little overcomplicated, right? So moving on from this point with that podcast, we can do, I won the last round, spoiler alert, but I won the last round. So what if the two of you go against each other next? And so I'm the moderator, but I'm not the judge. And we do it on a live stream, and we let whoever's watching the live stream vote for who wins the debate, instead of just having
do
like an opinionated thing,
do we have like enough people watching?
Well, that's what we think. If we can have three people watching, which isn't a lot. If Tell says, Joe, watch this, you say, Katie, watch this, and then my family watches this or something. Or even if we can have like somebody interested, and we do it at a set time to where we know it would work with even just like one or two people, it would be better than just having, one person do it. It gives us the option to have multiple people.
Yeah.
Because I think, that's and I just thought that there was some weakness in it for us in the last one, with the
For
whole
sure. For
deciding
sure.
thing. And
Yeah,
it would just be fun to incorporate live streams in that way.
it would. I just don't know that we have. Like, it'd be nice to have just anonymous people, but I don't know if we have anonymous people yet.
Well, see,
To
we won't have a lot at first, but like say, they get used to the thought like, oh, live stream, okay, cool, we'll jump in on that, or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know. So that's an idea. Another thing, I was thinking about doing this since we're doing a couple podcasts, Thursday, Sunday, recording this week. Did I tell you about my movie idea for the podcast?
I think so.
Yeah, so basically we watch like a bad movie, or like maybe not a bad movie, or just some kind of movie that none of us had seen. I'm thinking now we watch like a Hallmark Christmas movie or something, and then we review it on the podcast, right? But the twist with it is
Yeah.
I was looking for something like, why would somebody come listen to that? Like, why would they listen to us review a podcast? We don't know what we're doing. But I want to twist with it to where there's this thing online where you can do, like, have you ever played the game Mafia, where like there's one secret mafia that's killing everybody, and then the rest have to figure out who it is, that kind of thing, or like that Among Us game, basically. Well,
Yeah.
what if it's we're all watching a movie and we're reviewing it on the podcast, but we randomly generate one out of the three of us has never seen the movie, so we have to pretend like we've seen the movie as we're reviewing it, and then so we like read a review or something of it online, and then we have to pretend, and then at the end of the podcast we make our guesses, like, oh, I think this person didn't watch the movie, and he just read wiki, or I think this person watched the movie, and then whoever it was reveals themselves at the end, so that gives like a little bit of a fun twist, I think, to it.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think
Especially
that's
with the
super
Hallmark
fun.
Christmas movie thing like that. Seasonal
Yeah,
stuff is
exactly.
always great to try to start because we're trying to gather a fan base. Some
And
kind of
and I think if we do it
some kind of
right,
fan base.
I think if we do it right, it's very to me it's a lot of fun for like a new listener to be like it's just a fun concept. I've never heard of somebody doing that concept, but there's a lot of podcasts who like watch movies and talk about them and review them, you know? So
Yeah,
that could be a really good twist that people hear that and they're like, "Oh, I want like a catchy name for it." I think there's got to be something in there that is like catchy and tells it so we can put that in the title as like a series
to
we
be
do.
like movie something.
Yeah, so like the imposter, something with the word imposter, or like movie mafia could even be do something like that,
Um,
something like that.
maybe like
You're the best with names, honestly. You always come up with the catchy names and stuff. So I'll let you sit on that because, but I think it's such a fun idea and I'm excited for it. But I think we might be able to do
all
that with one of
right.
our podcasts this week because we have some recording back to back, and if we're recording some within a few days, we can't talk about what we've done, all the time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, well, we definitely need to get more podcasts where we're not just talking about one topic each. Just trying to shake it up every once in a while. So I think that's a good idea. I think it's a really good idea.
And it's also good for like like I said, like people can watch or listen to the podcast, be interested in like what we're doing, and like, oh, these guys are funny or these guys are stupid. I want to know more about
Yeah.
them, and then they go to the other podcasts.
All right.
Just
All right.
looking
So
for
what about
diversity.
what? Just are you? I mean, you got any more on that before we kind of move on
No,
to
no, no,
just
no. Go
something
on,
else?
go on.
All right. So the Greg and Craig thing. How real do y'all think that needs to be? Because I can go full on with it, or we can just make it like an addition, or because I have a feeling because I'm not the best actor, I don't get paid to be an actor. I get paid to, I'm gonna get paid to be like take care of people. But you know, I don't know. You think it has potential
Well,
from what I see,
so
y'all?
I don't know. It depends on how. So if they're watching this video, we don't have a whole lot of people. We have like 3 people watching live stream right now. So hello to those people watching the live stream. But for the people who are watching
Oh,
the
hello.
video after the fact, um, to fill them in, we say goodbye to Craig on every podcast. We've kind of formed it into this character, and Grayson wants to do a podcast where it's just him and Craig talking back and forth the entire time. So that's what we're talking about right now. But I think that works as a concept, but only if it's like clear who's talking, because it gets lost when you're like, well, who's the one saying this? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why I think personally it works really good if for like we want to do the podcast where we each get a third of the podcast to record. It would work out as a great like last segment that you get for yours, or as a I think where it's the perfect April Fool's podcast. It is like
oh
100% the
yeah.
best April Fool's one. Like that's hilarious.
Like just Greg and Craig talking to each other.
Yeah, for the entire length of it. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, for like an hour.
Because the second you sent us the 10 minutes of yours, the second you started it off and you were talking, then the second that he actually came in, I was like, what is happening? And so on April Fools, if somebody comes up on that, that's funny, in my opinion.
Yeah,
The only bummer with that
that's
is
funny.
April is like 5 months away. But
Yeah, I know, but I see. I don't know if I should script it out or if I should just like do it. Because if we scripted it out, then I could have like a red shirt on in this frame, and then a blue shirt on in this frame, and then like shaved in one and like
yeah,
not
I
shaved
know,
in
but
the
that would be
other,
a
and be
lot of
like Greg
editing.
versus Craig.
That would be a lot of
I mean,
editing.
it would just be 2 videos.
Yeah, but you'd have to. Oh, I guess if you did that, you could record the one and then respond in the second one, so it could be real time on the second one, so it wouldn't have to be a lot of lining up, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Because the first one, I'd have to do a script. I'd have to script it that way
Yeah, yeah.
if I did it, but. We'll see. We'll see.
I
We'll
mean,
bounce it off Tail too.
yeah, personally, I say that's your baby. Like, I'm down with you doing whatever you want with this one because I think that's just a fun time. But,
Uh,
well, we were talking about only going for 20 minutes, and we've been going for about 20 minutes. Do we want to wrap it up and say this is a successful first live stream?
yeah, that sounded good to me.
All right,
I
well,
had a good time.
this was fun. Just testing it out. You know, if you didn't watch this one, not a big deal. But if you did, you got some sneak peeks of what's to come. So you should feel special. You're a part of a secret club. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the podcast on Apple. It's basically this, except we have a little bit more of a guideline. We've gotten pretty good at it, I would say. So
Yeah, it's more structured these days, and we got usually have three of us, and our handles are usually our Instagram handles are usually in the videos too. We shout those out, but you can also reach out to us at dumbthickpodcast@gmail.com with any kind of talking points or anything you'd like to say to us.
thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next podcast that will go up Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern and 12 p.m. Central. We'll see you then. Goodbye.
Craig's not in here, so gotta tell him.